Mr. President, I've been asked by my colleagues to speak on the sense of the Senate and the decisions that we're facing this special session and during our regular session too. But this special session, they're noteworthy. It's no small matter what we're discussing. We've heard about the AOGCC decision for the first time ever about gas offtakes, which will help move this project forward. We're discussing. There's also the fork in the road discussion about whether or not to buy out TransCanada. These are two of many steps that we will see in the Alaska Gas Line LNG project, and they're milestones. We will be leaving a legacy for our economy with this project, a legacy for future generations, and something that we can be proud of, a legacy for our communities that are looking for cheaper gas, cheaper energy. And so we face many challenges with this project, but we also face many opportunities. And a key, Mr. President, to taking advantage of both of those is teamwork. And that's what I want to talk about today. We've done a lot of work on this project up to this time, and a lot of it has been under the eye of the Alaskan public and the press and others. And I want to turn now to something that we've seen recently in this building, which is an example of teamwork, and that is those who put together this building and made it accessible to us so that we could come here and do the people's work. So I do want to thank the construction crews and all those who were a part of making it possible for us to be here today. That their work is an example of exemplary teamwork. Mr. President, during the summers, I have the proud role of being a soccer mom and seeing my two young sons playing on the field of soccer along with other parents. And it's such a joy to watch them out there on the field. It also gives us things to think about in terms of our own political arena. It's a long game, soccer. It's competitive. It can be at times confusing. Sometimes players are jockeying for position. They might be vying for the ball or racing towards it. There's certainly a need for the team to trust each other. You know, I watch my son play, and I'm amazed that he knows where to look for his teammate because they know they've practiced where each of their players, their teammates will be, and they've grown to trust each other. And that trust isn't always realized, but they want to trust each other, and they want to know that as they get better working with each other, that trust will grow and they will be successful. Each individual player has a position, they have a role, they have a job, whether it's the striker or the midfielder or the defenseman or the goalie or the team captain. And you know, the team captain lays an invisible hand on the team and keeps the morale up. And we have a team captain in our Senate here, and we have someone who walks around the building to make sure that morale is up. And that's an important concept and thing about teamwork. Mr. President, we've heard the term over and over now in the hearings that we've had in the committees this special session about best player plays. The best player is put in the position and plays on behalf of the team, and that's something you also see in soccer. But Mr. President, it's also the strength of the team behind that player, from which that player was chosen, that is important. Throughout the dust-ups, the one-on-ones, the scrambling on the field, the coaches invariably on the sidelines yelling, "Communicate," which I find very interesting because after all the practices with how to touch the ball and maneuver the ball and kick the ball and pass the ball, if you spend time on the soccer field, there is that one word that is repeated over and over, and that's communicate. And it's no different with any team, Mr. President. A team gets better the longer we play together, and we'll go further when we communicate. And each match, each stage in this process that we're involved in is somewhat of an evaluation of how our team is doing. We will have setbacks, and as we heard from in the hearing just less than an hour ago, we are expected to have bumps in the road. But with each bump, we take inventory and we improve. Our team, our AKLNG team, will be agreeing on positions and a playbook and actively working together. And Mr. President, I want to close on this sense of the Senate and the concept of teamwork, and hope that we all think about it as we move forward. We heard from our TransCanada partner, who is essentially having an exit interview here this special session, and I want to close with something that he mentioned, and that is that there is a need to work together whether we're moving apart or whether we're coming together. So this idea of teamwork is something that is a part of what we do. It's a part of what my sons are doing, and it's a part of what Alaskans are doing. And with that, Mr. President, I want to thank you for the opportunity to talk about this.